Start.
Hi guys, I hope you had a good weekend. I'm just going to run through the example that I gave you on your notes in case you need a little more explanation. So this is what we're looking at today is linear functions. So writing equations of lines to represent situations in real life. So I have this example, I'll read it out to you. It says the Students' Council is organizing a prom. The profit depends on the number of tickets that they sell. The tickets will sell for $10 each, so that's important. Tickets will sell for $10 each, but they will have to spend $600 to rent the hall and to decorate. So they've got some expenses. They're going to sell tickets for $10 each, so they'll make some money. But then they also have to rent a hall and pay for decorations, which is going to cost about $600. So a math formula to represent the profit or the amount of money they could make from this prom is P equals 10N minus 6. 10N because the tickets are going to sell for $10 each, and N is the number of tickets, and minus 600 because it's going to cost them $600 to rent the hall and to buy decorations. Okay, so the question is, so P is the profit in the equation, and N is the number of tickets that they sell. So the first question is, what would be the profit if 200 tickets are sold? So if they sell 200 tickets to this prom, how much would they make? So let's see, we've got our P equals 10, N minus 600. So they're selling 200 tickets. That's really important because that means our N, our number of tickets that we're selling, is 200. So that's what we're going to put in place of N right here. So our profit is going to be 10, and we're going to multiply that by 200 because the tickets are selling for $10 each and we're selling 200 of them. But we have to also take away the $600 it's going to cost for decorations and renting the hall. So the profit, 10 times 200, is $2,000. Okay, so we multiplied 10 times 200 to get $2,000. And we have to take away that $600 it cost to rent the hall and buy decorations. So that means the Students' Council would have $2,000 minus 600, $1,400 profit at the end of it, if they sold 200 tickets. So the council would make $1,400 for selling 200 tickets. Okay, now I'm going to go through, we're going to look at it in a different way. So we'll go through part B. So part B is, okay, but suppose now we know we want to make $1,000. So we know for sure we want our profit to be $1,000. So the question is, how many tickets do we have to sell to make that happen? Okay, there's two ways we could look at this. One way is a math. We could look at it from a math point of view, or we could look at it from a guess and test. So I'm going to do the math way first. And if you find that confusing, I'm going to show you another way you could answer this question. So if we do it by a math equation to start. So we know our equation is P equals 10N minus 600. So we know we want to make a profit of $1,000. So that means 10 times N minus 600 has to give us $1,000. And so we have to figure out 10 times something minus 600 equals 1,000. What is that? So doing it the math way, we could actually solve this equation. So this is solving equations. So we could solve for n. We're trying to find n, which means we want to get n by itself. So we have to get rid of this minus 600. We're going to move it over. But when we move it over, remember, it has to change sign. So it was minus 600. Now it's going to become plus 600. So now we have 1,000 plus 600 equals 10n. Well, 1,000 plus 600 is 1,600. So now we're asking ourselves, 10 times what gives us 1,600? Well, if you're not sure, a quick math way would be to divide both sides by 10. So the number of tickets we must sell to make, or the Students' Council must sell to make $1,000 would be 1,600 divided by 10, which is 160 tickets. I knew it. Okay, so that's working backwards. Now, if you find this math equation stuff confusing, we could do this another way. We could use a guess and test type of situation. So we know that we need to make $1,000 profit. And we know that our money is coming from $10 times the number of tickets minus 600. So that means that we know 10 times the number of tickets minus 600 has to give us $1,000. So we're trying to figure out how many tickets would give us this. Well, we know this whole thing has to equal $1,000. So we could just try some different values. So try 100 tickets. So that means n would be 100. Well, what happens if n is 100? Well, this would be 10 times 100 minus 600. Well, 10 times 100 is 1,000 minus 600 would give us $400 profit. Does that work? Is that $1,000? Nope, too low. So that means we have to try another number, a higher number than 100. So what you could do is say, okay, I'm going to try maybe 150 tickets. 150 tickets. So n is 150. Okay, let's go. 10 times 150 minus 600. Let's see what that is. Well, 10 times 150 is 1,500 minus 600.
No way.
We get $900.
No way.
Still too low. Remember, we want to make $1,000, right? Still too low. So we need to go up a little higher. Well, let's try 160 tickets. That's a little higher. In other words, n is 160. Bless you. So 10 times 160 minus 600. Let's check that out. 10 times 160, 1,600 minus 600. I'm going to squeeze it in here. Is 1,000. Perfect. Guys, stop.
I won.
Perfect. Just